dominating Dominion. I am Zek.
And I am Ben.
And this week we cover Seaside. That is where stuff's on the sea. It's like all sea themed. This one does have a theme, unlike Intrigue, where I didn't feel that it was just like a medieval theme-ish stuff. Now, of course, Dominion does get the bad rep of it not really having a theme overall. It's just medieval stuff. But this one has the seaside nice feel, so all the cards we'll be playing with today, you can totally see how they relate to being on the ocean and stuff. So
yeah.
So if you like that feel, already I'm going to say you want to pick this up. But so we're going to be playing with 10 cards from Seaside today. This was the third expansion, but this was one where you couldn't buy it on its own because it didn't come with like the treasure cards and stuff.
This is an expansion, not a base set.
Yeah. And the major difference in this set was tiles. You get tiles, so like
duration, I think, is the major difference.
Yeah, I'm going with those too. But you get tiles, so like 3 of the cards here will come with a tile where you'll set cards on there and stuff. So it's an interesting mechanic that we'll get into there. And then duration cards, where you play it and you leave it out for a turn, and on your next turn we'll do something either equal or a bit less on that next turn. So, but hey, let's go see what 10 cards we're playing with.
Yep.
Alright, so here's the tiles we got for our 2 cards, Island and Native Village. And then we've got our duration cards, which are going to be Tactician, Wharf, Fishing Village, and Haven. And then some other cards that we've got here, all from Seaside. Embargo, Salvager, Navigator, and Treasury.
All organized by cost, yet again.
Maybe one time we'll just confuse you guys and mess it up. But anyway, good luck.
You get to start this time because I was the winner last time.
Alrighty. 4, I'm going to take an island.
4, I'm going to take a salvager. I said it right, yay!
3, I'm going to take a silver.
3, I'm going to take a fishing village.
Alright, here we go. 3, another silver.
3, another fishing village.
Did you take 2 fishing villages?
Yeah, first one. First round.
Okay. I was curious. Alright, 4, a salvager.
Fishing village, and then a salvager. There we go. Almost did it wrong. Trashing an estate. Oh, yeah. Fishing village gives me 2 actions and a coin. And at the start of my next turn, it gives me an action and a coin. So it's pretty nice. And then salvager, it gives me a buy, and then I can trash a card from my hand, and I gain coins equal to its cost. So I trash an estate, that gives me 2 coins, because it's a value of 2. I end up with 5, and I'll take a Tactician, because it's my favorite card.
I still don't get why, but okay.
It's not my favorite card, you know.
You've been claiming it's your favorite card since the first time we played it. There's something going on.
It's one of my favorite.
I'm playing 6 and I get a gold.
I'm going to play a fishing village, and then I'm going to play a Tactician. I discard my entire hand, and then if I discarded any cards in this way, so that means you can't like play a throne room on a Tactician and get super awesome hand. Anyway, if you discarded any cards in this way, you get 5 cards, 1 buy, and 1 action at the start of your next turn. So it pretty much doubles what you get your next round. And I end up with 2, and I'll take an embargo.
Alright, I've got 3 again. I'm going to take a fishing village.
So now it's my next turn, so I get 5 additional cards from my Tactician. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I have 3 actions already. Because 1 from my Tactician, 1 from my fishing village, and then 1 normal. So for 1 here, I'll play a salvager. I'll trash an estate. Then I'll play a fishing village. And then I'll play an embargo. I do not want you buying any more Tacticians. Embargo, what you do is you get 2 coins. Then you trash this card, so I'm going to trash it. And then I get to put a embargo token, which is one of these things. They come with the game.
They're pretty nice too.
They're pretty cool. The back of them is the exact same as the picture. Which is interesting. And you put it on any of the supply piles. And whenever someone buys a card from that pile, they gain a curse card
For each token.
for each token. So I could put another one on Tactician when I get another one Embargo or something like that. Anyway, you can put them on anything. So you could pretty much make provinces worth nothing.
Which, we put a lot of tokens on there once in one game. Alright, my turn?
Now I still have to buy. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 2 buys. I'll take a Wharf. I gotta have 4 remaining, don't I? I will take... I want another Embargo. Technically I had 11 because of that, but I forgot.
Way to go.
Whoops.
Sure you want to switch?
Am I allowed to switch?
Yeah, you can finish your turn. Alright. Alright, so you got 11 then?
Yeah, I had 11.
Salvager. Going to trash this estate. So
Yeah,
basically
remember
2
to
points.
keep out my other fishing village.
So 7. I'm going to take a Tactician. Still, I'll just take one. And then I'm going to take an Embargo.
Oh, I had 3 guys. Yeah, one thing that you should remember to keep track of is how many buys you have.
And your durations.
Your durations, because I almost discarded this and I was like, oh wait, I have this. And then how many coins you actually have, because I forgot that I had an Embargo trash. Alright, 6. Go with another gold.
Island. I can set aside this and another card from my hand and return them to your deck at the end of the game. So I'm going to take this estate with the island, put it on my island tile. I do not have to worry about that until the game is over. So of course, I guess you can kind of see how good that is to get your victory cards out of here. And then 3, I will take silver.
Wharf. I get 2 cards and a buy. And at the start of my next turn, I get 2 cards and a buy. So it's quite nice. I picked up 2 action cards. I feel special. 5. I'll take a treasury. I like treasuries.
Fishing village. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A gold.
You trying to copy me? Okay, so I will get 2 additional cards from my Wharf. And then I'll play a fishing village. So, yeah. Ooh. I know what I'll do. I'm going to play a salvager. I will trash a gold. Yeah, I went there. I'm trashing a gold. And then I'm going to play a tactician. Discard my entire hand. I end up with 7 and 1, 2, 3 buys. I'll take an embargo, a village, and
Native village.
native village, and a fishing village because I had 7, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, good.
Tactician.
Okay, and I get 5 additional cards from my tactician. 2, 3, and shuffle, 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 shuffle. 2 more, and then we begin with a fishing village and another fishing village. How about a treasury? A treasury, it gives me a card, an action, and a coin. And then when you discard this from play, if you didn't buy a victory card, this turn you may put it back on top of your deck. So it's pretty nice. It's like an additional coin every turn. So it's like a free copper, technically. So I'll get my card from that. And it's a Wharf. I will take 2 more cards. And I'll play a salvager and trash an estate. Yay, so I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4 buys. 15 and 4 buys. Well, I'll take a province, so I have 7 and 3 buys. And I'll take another embargo, so I have 5. Another embargo, and a native village. I don't want to make you can't buy anything. Oh no, I dropped the card. Don't judge me.
5. Going to play Bargo.
I don't know. Do
Dump
that.
it.
Where would you like to place an embargo token?
I'm going to place it
On Tactician, make it worth less.
on gold.
What? Why would you do that?
And then so I got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 2 buys.
don't want to... Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, here we go. I get 2 cards from my Wharf. 1, 2. And I'll play Native Village, which gives me 2 actions. And I choose one. Take the top card of my deck and put it on my Native Village tile. Or take all the cards from my Native Village tile and put them into my hand. So I guess for my first one, I might as well take this and go put it there. You're allowed to look at this card anytime you want. And I'll play another Native Village, just because I can. And I'll go, okay. I'll play an Embargo. So I'll trash that, and I'll put this... on the Embargoes. And I'll play another Embargo, and I'll put this on the Wharfs. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cool.
Or an island.
Oops. There we go. I'll play a treasury. I'll get a card. Let's see. I have 5, 6, 7. I will play a salvager. I will trash a gold. So I have 6, 7, 9, 10. Take a province and a native village.
Tactician.
Okay, here we go. Oh, good. Fishing village, fishing village, fishing village. Embargo. Trash that. And I'll put this on the treasuries. And a tactician. Oh, I don't have any cards to discard. Dang it. I played that wrong. That's useless. So I have 5. Take it. You have to have cards to discard.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I played my entire hand. And I couldn't do it, so...
That stunk.
Oh well, I still got a duchy.
Alright, so now I get 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so I'm going to play Fishing Village. And then I'm going to play... Yeah, a salvager. Trash a province for 8 coins.
Oh, you just want to end the game quicker.
So I've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Oh. Oh.
So by 2. So that's 16, 17, 18.
I need that province
That's
to
still-
come. Oh no, if I get that province, you win, because you have 3 or 4 or something like that. Man. Treasury, I will take a card. I will play Native Village. I'll take this card, put it over there, and end up with 4. I'll take an island.
I've got 4 here. I will take. Oh, I have 5. And none of those 5 cards are.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to
Taking
leave
an
these
island.
out for my second turn. My 3 fishing villages a while ago.
Way to go.
I'll play a native village. I will take the 3 cards. Yeah, I will. And then I'll play a Wharf. Take 2. What do I have? I only have that. I will play a salvager, trash a native village. I end up with 6. I'll take a duchy.
6. I will take a duchy.
A duchy? So I get 5 plus 2 from my Wharf. I will play a salvager, trash a native village. I end up with 6. I'll take a duchy.
Tactician.
Fishing village, fishing village, fishing village.
You shut-
Tactician. Discard that. There. Good. I have 3. Take an estate.
Alright,
You can
so I
end
get
it.
5 cards, probably. 1, 2,
No.
3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can't do that. So 8, 9, 10. Game over.
I would have had an awesome hand too. I think you won that.
There's my one curse.
20, 30.
Nice. 360 province difference.
Yep, if I would have gotten that province, I would have won. You're fired!
Thanks for throwing the card. I honestly did think you were about to win that. But I don't know if it was that like little screw up you had there that kind of
I fired him, so he's no longer going to mess me up. My tactician is fired. I'm gonna go get a new one.
Well, we might as well go over the cards and start with Embargo, which I wish I could have bought more of these.
But I
used mine on the card I didn't want to.
Embargo. Plus 2 coins. Trash this card. Put an embargo token on top of a supply pile. When a player buys a card from that supply pile, he gains a curse per embargo token on that pile.
This really does change the mechanics of the game.
So did you put it on a gold?
I did.
And you
but
regretted that, because I didn't need any golds.
I didn't need any golds either, so it's just like...
okay.
But the problem was, I wanted to put this in the provinces.
No.
To kind of... Because I knew I didn't have like tons of money at the time to like... I could easily get that.
Yeah.
Not that. And plus, when you put it on the province, it's just like, hey, I'm pissing everybody off. But the problem was, you already had a province, and putting on there just seemed like it was hurting me, because if I had more provinces than you, and I put an embargo token on the provinces at that point, that would be like, and it would really hurt you.
Yeah.
So, Embargo, nice little card, definitely changes things up.
And I put it on all the 5 cards, so you couldn't buy any of them.
Yeah,
and then back on the embargo, so you couldn't take an embargo to try to mess me up.
So I was wondering about that, because I was like, you know what, that kind of hurts, because I love these 5 cards, and I'll say why when I get to them.
Because you didn't
But
have a
I
Wharf.
think it stopped me from my usual, oh crap, I'm buying too many action cards, I should focus more on victory. Because I feel like since I wasn't buying the 5 cards, I just focused on either treasures, which I already had enough of, and then victory.
Yeah.
So, and of course, that was still a close game. It was a province difference.
Yeah,
so.
you bought that last province. If I would have had that province, I would have won.
Yeah. All right, Haven. Nobody bought this, and I didn't really expect
I
you
think
to hate it.
I hate the card. I think it's one of the worst, just because it's only useful in like 1 in 1,000 scenarios.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but
Haven. Plus 1 card, plus 1 action. Set aside a card from your hand face down. At the start of your next turn, put it into your hand.
I'm not a huge fan of this card, but I can see where people could use a good strategy with it.
Yeah.
Because when I play this card, you have to always set aside a card.
Yeah.
And most of the time I'll figure out, I don't want to set aside a card.
Yeah.
Hopefully when I pick it back up on my next hand, it will be like, oh, this is even better. And I'll kind of get into that with the Tactician. But it's like the same thing, both 2 cards, they suffer the same fate. But I've seen people play this card, like a whole bunch of them, through various online games, and then their next hand will be huge, and that's when it's really good. But just like one of these or 2, not my favorite, but...
Native Village, I love this.
You bought one, I didn't buy it, but I find myself buying this a lot of other games.
Yeah, this is probably one of my favorite cards because you can stack your deck. I mean, you can make... The instant you play Native Village, you win the game sometimes. You can make that work.
Native Village. Plus 2 actions. Choose one. Set aside the top card of your deck face down on your Native Village mat, or put all of the cards from your Native Village mat into your hand. You may look at the cards on your mat at any time, return them to your deck at the end of the game.
So either you're going to put all your crap cards on the mat and never worry about it again, or you're going to put good cards on there hopefully, and then at the perfect time you'll play it, gain all those cards, and have a massive turn.
And that's what I love about this card is I'll mass like 5 or 6 of these, as many as I can get my hands on.
Yeah.
And then I'll get this super deck here, and everyone will be like, I play Native Village, get this each hand, they'll be like, how'd you get so many cards? I go, I just played a Native Village. And they go, you had all those on your tile? I go, yeah.
It's a nice 2 card. I really do like this.
It's,
Plus, 2
I think
actions,
it should be worth
always
at least
good.
3. 2. I guess I could see why they made it worth 2, but in my opinion, it should be at least worth 3. Because not only does it give you your 2 actions, which is like really, really helpful in every scenario.
So you feel like it's village worthy?
I feel
village?
I feel it's worth more than a village. I'd rather take a Native Village over a village. Because a village, you get one card.
I probably would too.
Because this Native Village one it has the word native in front of it, so it's already bigger than native or than regular village, and it gives you your 2 actions, and then you can mass up a giant stack here. So village in mass numbers, okay. Native village in mass numbers, amazing.
Yeah, that's true. Because you'll see new people buy Village all the time. Because it's like, oh, Village is the best card ever.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, it's good, especially when you play that base set.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody thinks Village is so good. Because one of the easiest strategies to see in that
Is action stack.
is Village and Smithy. Whereas my strategy is not the obvious one. Gold and Remodel. Bam!
Oh, yeah. You do love the gold remodel.
I love that. But anyway, moving on. Fishing Village, another village. You'll start to realize there are a lot of villages in this game.
There's, I think, 1 in every set. And it might not be considered a village.
2.
Yeah, it might not be considered. I think they did 2 villages in this one because they named one in Intrigue Shantytown instead of village.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the only one that there's not a village.
I thought there was a village in...
There is?
I think there is.
What would it be? What?
Hold on. We're checking. There we go, Intrigue. I'm pretty sure there's a village.
If it's anything, no, it's not Workers Village. Oh, Mining Village. There we go.
Mining Village.
Okay, there is a village.
Right.
There is a
I was
village.
like, there's a village in it. There's been a village in every one of these.
Okay. Never mind. I lied.
Even, the only one that doesn't have it is Alchemy. But anyway.
Yeah.
Fishing Village, plus 2 actions, plus 1 coin. At the start of your next turn, plus 1 action, plus 1 coin.
So I find this card, I don't know if I take this or Village, because I'll sometimes say Village is nice because I'll get the +1 card then, because sometimes you'll want that. But this, you get a coin and a coin your next turn, which is good. Plus, on your next turn, this I can sometimes see, oh, I got that extra action, so I don't got to worry about it.
Yeah, I took this over a silver like 3 or 4 times, and if I would have played my cards right that game, instead of playing my Embargo and discard with my Tactician, I would have had automatic 3 coins already, plus 10 additional cards, and 5 actions. So I would have been set. I could have played 5 navigators, and
All right, next up is Salvager. Amazing little card here.
Yeah.
At first, I did not like this card.
Yeah, at first I hated it.
I love it.
And
now
then
it's like the best.
once you learn how to play it, it's amazing.
Salvager, plus 1 buy, trash a card from your hand, plus coins equal to its cost.
So usually you're just trashing cards like copper, and this doesn't give you anything from the copper, so you're just like, meh. So if you need to buy at that point, then I'd trash copper. But Salvager, if you're trashing like navigators and stuff, you get 4 coins from a navigator. And you guys saw what I did there. It's like, why would you trash a province? Because I get 8 coins from it, from the cost, which is just enough to go, hey, buy another province.
Yeah, I trashed a gold one turn, and you were probably like, why would you trash a gold? That's probably
I'm still
what
kind of like that, but I don't know if it did pay off for you, because gold
it
still...
did. I bought a lot of different good cards.
I don't know, I think you bought too many embargoes.
No, they helped me. My one mistake was the Tactician. If I did not make that mistake, I think I would have won that game.
Maybe. Yeah.
Because it would have given me 10 cards. I was short 1 province.
But see, I didn't have a problem like trashing this and getting it back because I was in the lead at that point with provinces. So
yeah, you
it's
were
kind of
at
like
that
the embargo. So I was like, okay, I can just dump this and get rid of one of these automatically.
Yes.
I can just get another one back and keep him from getting it. So
yes, that's
kind of a nice strategy with this. But other than that, when you're trashing, you kind of got to think with gold. Am I going to get this back in the future? And is it going to help me more to get this back in the future than just dumping this right now and getting a 6 coins right now? So it's kind of a card you gotta think about.
Yeah, it's depending on like what it was. Like that early on, you had 1 gold and I had 2 or 3.
Yeah, sure.
So I was like, yeah, I can live without 1. I'd rather have more action cards because I was going to need them. And my only mistake that game, I think, cost me the game.
Island. Set aside this and another card from your hand. Return them to your deck at the end of the game. 2 victory points.
So this is the one I bought off at the beginning of the game just so I could get this in the estates out of my hand. You went the route of trashing with Salvager. Now, looking at it, I don't know which one was...
I mean, you got rid of them, but you kind of wasted an action to get rid of them.
But I didn't have another action at that point.
When
I played it,
earlier,
I didn't have to choose.
I mean,
when I have to choose, that's when it stinks.
But I got rid of them. It gave me 2 coins, so it allowed me to get better cards. So I was able to get the golds earlier before you, which kind of helped me get all the better cards.
And in looking at it, I might have gone with salvager looking back on it, but I could see why you'd want to do that. Now, this is really good with getting your provinces out of the way, especially if you've got cards that kind of like hurt you with these, like Saboteur from Intrigue.
Oh, God.
If they destroy your provinces, that always hurts. So if you, this is a nice little, it's really a protection card at that point to get those out of there. And so Island's just a nice card to get rid of stuff. You strand them on the island, you never have to worry about them again. That's when Island really comes in, in handy then.
We got Navigators.
Nobody bought it.
Nope. It's okay. It's good when you have a huge deck.
And multiple actions with cards that will let you draw a ton.
If you had, say we had Wharf and Fishing Village and Navigator, I would play a Fishing Village, you play a Navigator.
Navigator, plus 2 coins. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Either discard all of them or put them all back on top in the order you choose.
So if there were 2 really good cards, you could you play your Wharf and then you get the 2 really good cards. Or you discard them all. So it's good.
If you get that combo, I think and this is really good, especially if you've got ones that give you tons of cards.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, if you're playing a game that's not having action stacking and lots of card
like
grabbing,
this one kind of did have action stacking, but there's so many better cards to use action stacking.
Actually, no, I take that back. If there's no action stacking, this card is.
Yeah, it's. I mean, because if there is no action stacking, you get the next.
It's only good for getting rid of a hand. A future hand that's going to be crap. So.
Yeah.
All right, next is Wharf. So now at the start of your next turn.
This is an awesome card.
Yeah, 2 cards and a buy. This is really good because you're already. It's the same on both turns. So.
Wharf. Now and at the start of your next turn, plus 2 cards and plus 1 buy.
You want buys, and especially when you get more cards, the more cards you have, the more likely you are to have more money. So you want more buys.
And when having to choose between this and like a normal action card, usually you'll choose this. I have that feeling because it's one of those cards which like I could do with the 2 cards this turn in the buy, and I'll probably need that the next turn. So it's you gotta kind of think ahead, and that's what most of the duration cards make you do.
The one thing that I think about that is, to me, other 5 cards, there's not many that really are as good as that. Mm-hmm. Because what other one is as good as Wharf? I mean...
Yeah. Alright, we're going to skip Tactician and go back to that last because that was like the major card that came. Treasury. I love this card. I didn't get one this turn.
That's because I put an embargo on it.
But I love it.
Treasury. Plus 1 card, plus 1 action, plus 1 coin. When you discard this from play, if you didn't buy a victory card this turn, you might put this on top of your deck.
Myself buying like a whole group of these and then playing them, buying lots of the other action or treasure cards, and then
putting them back on top.
And then once I feel like I'm comfortable with my treasures and actions, then I'll start buying my victory cards. The problem is, this makes it so tempting not to buy victory cards.
Yes.
And you got to know, okay, I gotta step up my game and buy victory cards. So
I mean, one time I think I had 8 of these in one turn because I'd play 1. I'd put it back on top because I bought another. And a couple rounds later, I'd have 3, and then I'd have 5, and it just stacks up.
So it's a nice little card. I mean, it's only 1 coin, but when you think about it, if you're adding up with other treasures, that 1 can sometimes make a difference between getting a 5 card and a 6 card, and sometimes you really need that. So Treasury, nice little card.
It's like Great Hall, except instead of a victory.
Yeah, and it replaces itself. So it's okay putting it back on top.
Yeah, because it's a coin. It's pretty much a copper, but but clogging up your hand.
All right, your favorite card.
Yay! Except
it's not my favorite.
It's not my favorite
because he's lying. It's his favorite.
It's an amazing card. It is an amazing card. It's just like if you play it right, you will dominate any game.
Tactician. Discard your hand. If you discarded any cards in this way, then at the start of your next turn, plus 5 cards, plus 1 buy, and plus 1 action.
I learned.
Say why you like it. I'm going to say why I don't.
I say why I like it is because in the beginning of the game, you have a very small deck. So you're going to be able to pretty much take your entire deck, play it in 1 round. In a large game, or a game where you have a lot of cards, I see this as becoming less and less useful the more cards you get. But when you have a small deck and you have a lot of good cards, this is an amazing card because it gives you a lot of good stuff. But you do have to discard your hand, so it's like
losing that turn most likely.
Except when I had all these native.
Yeah,
I had That's where my strategy was, to get as many coins out as I could using action cards and then play this.
So here's why I don't like this card, even though you did see I bought one because he had one in order to equalize it. I was like, oh, I gotta buy a Tactician now. Ugh. But the problem I have with Tactician is I hate it when I have a really good hand. Like I'll have like I've had in the past. It's like I've had a gold and like other good action cards. Like, oh, I'm excited to play this, and I'll draw the Tactician. I'll be like, oh, because I hate getting rid of good hand to get a better hand sometimes. Because it's just like, I want to play this good hand. And then I used to find myself in the beginning just like ignoring the fact I had a Tactician. Then later on,
that's why it's called Tactician.
Yeah.
You have to be tactical about when you use it.
But then I'd lose a good hand, play the Tactician, I'd get a somewhat better hand. I think you've got to know
when to use it.
Yeah, because sometimes when you skip that one turn, it can be costly.
Especially when I wasted it.
Especially near the end.
I mean, I've pretty much mastered the Tactician, except when I make a stupid mistake, like I don't have any cards to discard when I play, like I did that game. Otherwise, this card I've mastered.
So I say in this set, just because Tactician, and usually when Tactician's in, that if somebody buys this, everybody's going to need one or else.
If someone buys a Tactician,
the only thing I could see, because I thought about this after I bought this with the curse, I was like, oh, wait a second. If I had buys, but I didn't have buys at that time, you can probably do the same thing you're doing with Tactician there, with native villages.
Yeah.
It's not going to be like, you're not going to get the buy and stuff like that, but if you have enough native villages,
that's my alternate strategy. If Tactician's not in, I'll just go massing native village, because you can pretty much get them every turn because they're so cheap.
So I think with this set, either that or the native villages would have really worked. And only the native villages would have only worked if you had Wharf and Salvager to get the buys to buy a whole bunch of those.
Yeah, you need with native village you want buy cards.
Yeah, because it's so low.
Yeah.
And, so I did feel actually this was a nice good set. There's definitely different strategies you could have taken.
Yeah, and we both did 2 different strategies.
And still,
we both were even, except I made a mistake and I lost. That is like one of those.
I wonder what would happen if you didn't make that one mistake. Though,
you want to go back and redo it?
No,
okay.
But I have a feeling still if you hadn't made that mistake, the game would have still been close. Because no matter what you were doing, next turn I would have bought those 2 provinces, which really helped me. I was able to buy 2, and
I could have bought like a bunch of other cards because I already had like a ton of money. My next hand I had like 8, and I had 2 buys. Still, I had a lot of money, but I couldn't buy the province because if I bought the province, you would have won. Now, if I had Tactician played properly, I could have had, say, 13 or something. And at that point, you only had 4 provinces and an island and an estate. That was it. I could have bought that province. I had a couple duchies and an island, and I would have been either 1 point shy or 1 point ahead.
I think that's all we got to say on the cards. We start? Yeah, we talked about our strategy for starting out.
Yeah.
So anyway, Seaside. I'll let you go first because you've quoted this in the past that this is your favorite set.
One of my. In the past, it was when we only had 3 sets at that point, and but it is probably one of the first expansions I'd recommend getting. Now, there's other expansions I'd recommend getting first, like Prosperity, but we'll get to that when we get to that.
Oh, you would now?
I would recommend Prosperity.
That's what I say get first.
That's probably the first expansion I get. Seaside comes roaring right behind it. And like, in a race, it'd be 0.1 seconds behind it. So really, Seaside is probably one of the best expansions because I love duration cards so much. Except Haven. I don't like Haven. Ignore Haven. I love durations. They're just an amazing feature into the game where you can pretty much set yourself up for an amazing hand next round. It's just like, yeah.
I'm about to get all ranty on Seaside because I kind of disagree with them. This is not one I'd buy early on, especially for new players. So I do like the cards. I did not like them off the bat, which is probably why when we played for a while there, we would not add Seaside in.
You wouldn't add Seaside because...
But I like the theme looking at it now. I love the Seaside quality of it right now. And so that really shines through when adding these cards in. I find I don't like mixing it as much with other ones all the time because it just doesn't make it fit. I find that I do really like playing this, so just Seaside on its own because you get the whole feel of, making an empire on the sea, blah. But okay, my problems with it is, I will say I do like the cards that have this.
Tiles and
I
stuff.
can't name anything bad about them. Pirate ship gets on my nerves, but if it's working out for me, I love it.
Yeah.
Duration cards, though, I don't like them.
What?
They're fun to play, but the problem I have with duration cards is a lot of the time you forget to leave it
and
out.
at that point, then it's not
And
really,
it just
you don't
really
like
screws the game up.
Yeah.
Like, if you forget you have a Wharf out that's affecting your next hand, like something completely different could have happened.
Yeah.
Maybe it made it better for you or worse. That just kind of makes all the other players kind of go, oh, they purposely forget. And it's just like, So if you're playing this online where it remembers for you, awesome. But you've got to, if you're playing this with people who are new, they're going to get so confused by this. It's just like, So that's why I say new players, this is not an expansion.
For new players, yes, but that's why.
If you're experienced and you can remember that you have to leave your durations out and you're going to keep an eye on your other players to make sure they're leaving it out, then good. Duration cards can be fun. But I don't find myself wanting to add duration cards in that much. Especially
I still love duration
if
cards.
we're playing with like family and stuff, no, I will not want to add these in. Maybe one, but if you have all these duration cards where you have to remember, I have to leave it out, no.
And with people with bad memory, you don't want to play with durations.
It's going to be really hard teaching them too. So that's my only, and that's like a major thing of Seaside, and that's my complaint about it.
That's I understand that, but I still it's not a set for beginners. Like I would not buy Dominion regular and this right off the bat and start mixing them both in your first games. You want to be at least semi-experienced. You want to know how to play successfully and like. Really, what you need to do is you need to remember. That's all this set is. It's like remembering
what's going on.
Yeah. If you can remember your durations, you will be fine with this set. Otherwise, it'll be like,
I would buy this before Alchemy. A little bit before Cornucopia, just because this has more cards and I like the feel of it. Because Cornucopia only comes with like, 10? This comes with a whole bunch. So again, this is going to definitely add variety into your game. But people who aren't going to like the duration cards, that's a few cards. I'm not one of those people who say, I never want to play with this card. I'll say, I hate when this card comes in like Tactician. But for people who say, I never want to play with duration cards, you're taking a good chunk out completely.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, Seaside's fun. I do like playing it solo like this. We'll see how it mixes in with future sets, because that will be interesting to see, especially if we do get like one duration card in there. So, hey, thanks for tuning in. Next week is Alchemy, huh? I guess I better learn these cards. Huh?
I'll train you up. You'll be some opponent for me in Alchemy.
Maybe. Anyway, let's catch you next week
On Dominating Dominion.